Hey, what's going on, Trojan family? Welcome to the USC LAFB show here on the LAFB network. We are Los Angeles Sports. This is your USC Trojans daily dump. Final injury report ahead of this monster matchup with the Michigan Wolverines tomorrow night at the Call-In, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Cannot wait to see all of you there. Spoke with Lincoln Riley today on our weekly final kind of conference call. And as you all know, I'll say it again, so far this year, Lincoln Riley has taken the approach of not really giving injury updates until the mandated Big Ten injury report 2 hours prior to kickoff. So this will not be a very extensive injury update, but kind of a final one just leading into it, and some interesting news, or I don't know if it's interesting news, I guess, but I know there's been some conversation surrounding the wide receiver room and Prince Strong, so wanted to give an update on that based on his response that I asked him personally. So, but the two big names, obviously, everyone's monitoring right now, Elijah Paige, Alex Graham. As I just said, Riley told us he will wait until the mandated 2 hours to kickoff, so we don't know for sure their status until tomorrow. I'm sticking kind of with my belief that Elijah Paige will dress. I just have a feel, I think, with the bye week being off, that extra week of rest, I think he'll be good to go. We will see, though. And as I mentioned yesterday on the live, the big question here is if he does have any limitations, is it a downgrade than having another, Justin Tanow step over to that left tackle spot with Tobias Raymond at the right? Because you don't want to have him out there for 2 or 3 series, feel like he's not his full potential, whether he is hurting or whether just not fully up to speed. And then you decide to shift it mid-game, and you have that massive shuffle on the offensive line, moving guys all over. Because, again, it's not just a plug-and-play, take him out, put in a new left tackle. You're moving your right tackle to left tackle, your left guard to right tackle, and putting in a fresh left guard with a first-time starting center for the Trojans in John Ray Reed. So I do think he'll dress, but we will see if he will play or not. So I'm guessing on the injury report he'll be questionable, and then will be a real game-time decision. Alex Graham, another one. I think he'll be kind of a game-time decision. I don't expect him to go yet. Just reading between the lines, I'm kind of repeating what I said yesterday, so if you watched yesterday's show, thank you, but apologies for that. But it just seems like he's progressing really well. But again, true freshman, coming off injury, has yet to play a collegiate snap. Like, do you throw him in the Lions' den right here as the nickel against Michigan in kind of a must-win game? I mean, all these games are kind of must-wins. Obviously, this game would be better than next week at Notre Dame, but then you have another bye, so then you can really get him ready for that Nebraska game if potential. So we'll see. I think he'll be a game-time decision, but I don't expect him to play. I'd be pleasantly surprised if he does, and would love to see, his first game action. In terms of Prince Strachan, there was a lot of talk, and rightfully so, specifically during the Illinois game. Jacoby Lane was banged up, played a couple snaps, got a couple catches at the end there, but it was really the Mekhi Lemon show, obviously, and, they couldn't stop it, so why would you change that? The Lake McCree and Walker Lyons show, and then Tinook Hines, obviously, as the standout freshman. We didn't really see much of the other receivers. Obviously, we did see a little bit of Jaden Richardson running routes. We saw Jay Fair, but Prince Strachan was kind of this big transfer that there's a lot of excitement about. Kicked off the season looking pretty good, and Zacharias Williams has still been injured, so that's why I don't lump him into that, because he's still injured right now. Another one that we'll see, but I think he's still, Riley said before the Illinois game, he was still a few weeks away, so I kind of feel like they'll wait till the Nebraska game. Just, take the month of October off, get fully right with the depth they have. But Strachan, was looking really good. So I asked Riley, like, hey, is this a guy you want to get more involved, just so there's not as much pressure on your top 2 guys? Obviously, it's been great seeing the tight ends involved, but a guy of his size and skill set, would seemingly have a good role in certain situations on this offense. And so we know he got injured. I think it was the Georgia Southern game at the end of the game there. And Riley then said on the presser that he actually suffered a high ankle sprain. So that we didn't know what the injury was. We just know it was a leg injury. It suffered a high ankle sprain. He's been battling back. Hasn't been on the injury report because he is, healthy enough to be out there and dress. But with anyone that's had a high ankle sprain, know that those things not only take time to get fully healthy, but just linger. And little things can can digress it. So that's been what he's been dealing with, and so that is the reason why we haven't seen him getting reps. It's been nothing to do with his skill set or any of that. It's actually just because of this high ankle sprain. Riley said he is really close to being back to 100%. So will we see him more involved against Michigan? That'd be great, because I do think he adds a nice layer to this offense that, anything you can add to this offense, any other wrinkle within a skill set of a receiver, I think is a nice to have, and it's a reason why they got him in the transfer portal from Boise State. So he's been dealing with a lingering high ankle sprain, almost back to 100% health. Again, we'll see Michigan, we'll see Notre Dame. You get the final bye week before you go to Lincoln and play Nebraska. So, I think he'll be limited. I do think he's obviously dressed the last couple of games, so he'll do that again, but we'll see where he fits within the game plan this week, and then how that expands kind of as the season continues to roll as he gets healthier. So said he's worked his butt off, worked his tail off to get right, be in the offense. So all the good things you want to see. I just wanted to address that because I think there's been some man, what happened? This guy was kind of this high priority transfer. There's a lot of excitement of him in the offense, and then he got injured, but he hasn't been on the injury report. What's going on? So not on the injury report, but still battling that lingering high ankle sprain. I mean, high ankle sprains take sometimes 6 to 8 weeks. So, we're not even to that point yet. So he's actually progressing probably rather quickly compared to some players that, if you're in the NFL, you get a high ankle sprain, you're usually going on the IR. So you're out 4 weeks minimum. And some guys, it takes 6 or even longer with that high ankle sprain. So just want to give that update. Thought that was a good little tidbit to know heading into Michigan. So short and sweet, little injury update. We'll see if any other news comes out that I'll jump back on here before the game tomorrow at 4:30. And just can't wait. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Colley's going to be rocking. So hope everyone has a blast. Hopefully we're back on here for Victory Sunday, talking about a Trojans win, getting back on track, moving to 5-1. So we'll see how the game goes, but feel good about it. And, this team is relatively healthy going in. We'll see about Elijah Paige, but outside of that, all starters pretty healthy heading in to this big matchup. So thank you as always for hanging out with me, making this part of your day. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already. That helps us out a ton. And that way you're notified whenever I come up with new videos, as we're doing daily videos now, 4 different live streams all week long. Become a member. You can become a member right here on the channel, or you can become a member on LAFBnetwork.com to join our community, help support us, and you get some cool perks in there as well. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy the game tomorrow, and as always, fight on.